Hello, good people. And people say that to whom much is given, much is required. Yep. And to help us challenge some specific perceptions about Africans in the African community, we decided to come and speak to the president of the Organization of African Communities. And Joe, would you mind just introducing yourself to the people,
Thank you, Grace. My name is Joe Tuazama. I was born in Africa, and I'm a father to 3 beautiful children. I'm a husband. I work as a senior biomedical engineer for the Paragon Care. I've been in Australia for almost 12 years. I did my studies here. I went to TAFE and I went to ECU. I am the president of the Organization of African Communities in WA. I sit on a couple of boards, non-for-profit, a couple of reference groups. I chair the Wanneroo Multicultural Advisory Group. And it's great to have you guys here. But the most important title that I love to be called is a father-in-chief, because I love being a father.
Oh, amazing. That's brilliant. African fathers are great fathers. We cannot dispute that. So, John Quincy Adams stated that if your actions inspire others to do more and to achieve more and to grow more, then you are actually a leader. And one of the things that we don't have in our African nations is good leadership. So when we move abroad, we actually need to bank on good leadership so that we can be able to grow. If there's good leadership at the top, then all those strengths get centralized downwards. And from what I've seen with you from past conversations, from your past speeches, I can tell you are a good advocate of the African community and you have our visions at heart. You carry us wherever you go, and we're very thankful for that. Thank you for representing us. Thank you for always speaking for us. We don't take it for granted. We actually don't. I know you've been involved in so many things in the African community, and you always put a positive side for us. You always campaign and say that Africans are good people and we're here to stay. And we thank you for that. And touch wood, we want you to continue representing us in that way. Thank you for welcoming us here to your office. We feel very welcomed and very much at home. So for the people who don't know about the Organization of African Communities and the kind of support or services that it offers to the African communities, would you be able to tell them what it is about?
Thanks, Grace. Thanks for coming, and thanks, Micah. The Organization of African Communities in OACWA is a non-for-profit organization, and it stands as the umbrella body of the WA African Communities. This organization was incorporated in 2015 to represent the WA African people and to be able to speak on their behalf, to advocate on their behalf, to celebrate them and bring Africa to Western Australia. So the OAC does not have an individual membership.
Yep.
The members are the African community groups that are subscribed to the OAC, like the Kenyan community, the Zimbabwean community, the Zambian community, and etc.
Okay. So basically, it's like an umbrella body for the other community organizations here in WA.
Yes. So the OAC works with each of these organizations on issues relating to the African people in WA, but we don't get involved with how they run their individual organizations.
Okay.
So we support them and they support us as well.
Okay. So the reason why we wanted to speak to you is because we want to challenge certain perceptions about Africans and African communities. So one of the biggest, not the first actually, because there are many of them, one of the biggest perceptions that people have is that Africans fight a lot amongst themselves. Like we don't get along at all. That's what they say. So will you be able to clarify that? Will you be able to say, actually, we are united, we are together as one? How do you view that?
Look, as I always told my fellow Africans, is our redemption from any type of discrimination, perception, is complete unity. It is important for Africans to be united. I also tell non-Africans that Africa is a continent. It's not a country.
Yep.
Being an African and being here for a couple of years, I've heard so many things being said, and I've seen too many people from different places in Africa that I didn't see them when I was in Africa. So while being here, we are all learning to live with each other. And also we are learning to live with Australians.
Exactly.
And I think unity is important, it's an imperative, and it's expedient because as Africans, when we walk out here, people don't consider us to be Zambian, Tanzanian, or Nigerians. They see all of us as Africans. And dating back to history, the continent was a beautiful, big area where we all lived together in harmony, and our people were moving from one place to another place till we were divided. And this division has kept us behind so much as people, and it's about time that we understand that the demarcation of Africa has brought nothing good to us, and we are one people. Yes. We need to work together. And there's an assurance it can happen. The OAC is an example. I come from Liberia. One of my vice presidents comes from Sudan. One comes from Kenya. The treasurer from Zambia. The secretary from Zimbabwe. And we all come from different places. And our public relations is from Ethiopia. But we work together as a team with one common goal, Africa. So it's not impossible for the continent or for us to be united, but there are challenges.
There are challenges, but it looks like we are slowly overcoming those challenges of unity, and we're slowly coming together to be one people with one common purpose. I think that's my feeling on the ground, because there's people who are doing so many things in the African community. They're in business, they are innovating things that have not been done before in Australia, and we need to celebrate those people. And I've seen the OAC celebrate them. I've seen other communities in the African community celebrate them. So what's your vision? What's your vision for the African community? What would you like us to be?
Look, one thing I want to say is when you have not traveled outside of Africa, you don't appreciate being an African. You don't know the challenges out there for an African. But when you have traveled and live outside of Africa, you appreciate every day and night being an African, and you start to be very innovative.
Yes.
And you start to have some big visions for Africans because look, we are resilient people, we are strong people.
Very strong.
What we have experienced as people for the last 500 years, I don't think too many races can survive from it, but we have survived. And in Western Australia, there are Africans here doing tremendously well. We got medical doctors, we got teachers, we got professors, the list go on. Even we got people doing jobs that typical Australians will want to do. And that's why we brought the WA African Community Awards, to celebrate them. Because this signifies that we are not just liability to this community, but we are contributing. Africans, we are very strong people. 80% of us here, we are in the workforce and we pay taxes.
We do.
And when people think that we are lazy, when people think that we are liability,
we're not.
it is because we are not talking about what we do. And this is why we are being platforms like this, like your show, like the OAC Media Hub.
Yeah, I see you've built a beautiful studio here. That was my next question, actually. I see you've built a beautiful studio here. What is this for? Is this for people to come and speak, or to speak about what's happening in the community, to showcase their youth? Just tell us a little bit more about this project.
Look, during the COVID-19, we had challenges interpreting our information into various African languages, because the government said they were doing that for us, and they just thought Swahili, Arabic, and few other languages were the African languages. Let's take, for example, South Sudan got 76 tribes.
Yeah.
And we found it very difficult to spread the health restriction messages and other community messages to them. So we thought it wise that we should have a space like this where people can come and we can help to spread those messages in our various dialect and languages. We have been here for years now, and perception about us have not changed that much.
No.
And it's time that we don't approach those things with anger, with aggression, but we show to those people that we are not what you think.
No.
And this platform will do that for us. We will talk and celebrate each other on this platform. We will count the great things Africans are doing here. We will also use this platform to condemn those that do wrong, so that the wider community can know that Africans are good people. They are here to stay. We have to change the perception about us out there, that these people are here, they are not working. If I tell you, there are so many African doctors, African lecturers, African working in the aged care, African working in the hospital, nurses, so many African professionals. But till this time, when you walk out there good looking as an African man, you still being questioned. Are you a security officer? Are you an Uber driver? No disrespect to those professions. But we shouldn't be labeled or categorized for certain professions. So this space will celebrate us, will tell people, and the good thing is that our young people are getting very innovative. So we're going to use this place to also educate our young people about the African history. We need to tell them where they came from. No matter how long they stay here, they have to understand that they came from somewhere.
They do.
And we also need to share with them what we brought, some of those positive attributes. Where we respect our elders, where we respect each other, we live as a community.
We do.
And when we share this with them, they won't forget about where they came from.
So, Joe, actually, you've challenged like 20 perceptions that people have about Africans. You've talked about our hard work. You say there's so many professionals here in WA, and not only in WA, in Australia, who are contributing to this economy and paying tax. And not only paying tax, innovating researchers from Africa who have come from home and have come here and set up work and set up base and said, we are going to contribute to this economy. And you have also said that there are other avenues that people are using to speak for themselves. Like this avenue, it will be used for advocating for African communities and for correcting those ones, the percentage of us that is actually struggling out there, because we're here for them, because we live together as one. Thank you so much for challenging all those perceptions. I think when we leave here today, we're going to leave happy people, because you've told the people and you've shown the people the other side of us.
Look, thank you guys for coming. It was great meeting you. I hope that we can work together as soon as possible to get the radio station on the way. We want to promote our African businesses here. We want to make sure that Africans understand that there are African tradies out there that we can relate to when we want to do things. It's important that we promote each other. We also want to invite all Africans that are doing very well to be nominated for the WA African Communities Award. And we want to see everybody at the awards gala this year on the 7th of November at the beautiful Palm Pacific. And it's an honor to see young people like yourself coming with great ideas and vision. I wish you well in this endeavor, and thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below. Once again, thank you.